How's it going, guys? We are back again with another episode of the podcast. Took a week off, due to an illness from one of the parties in this podcast, but nonetheless, we are back on the Shane Got You 11 channel. Shout out to Shane Got You 11. He's been streaming, doing his thing. He's got, the tip plays, and he's got the streaming and all that going on, but we're hoping to get more consistent as this podcast goes along. So we appreciate you guys for checking out. And, even I've noticed that the podcast have been getting a pretty consistent level of views after we go live. So that's always a good thing. And, yeah, with all that being said, we got a lot of stuff to cover for this one. So, Shane, how have you been doing this? I guess these last few weeks. Do you have any big news that's been coming down the pike as of late, or has it been pretty mellow overall?
Well, appreciate it, Trey. I mean, I'm just getting over like a weird cold last Friday, so that was on me. But we'll be here tonight, obviously, and then we will be next Friday for our normal one, and then obviously every other weekend. So basically, what's been going on is not a lot in the sense of anything like fantastic, but I am streaming a hell of a lot. Trying to go and do my stuff on that. Go check out Trey's YouTube as well. I'm gonna post the link in the chat. He is doing money games, so it's really cool to watch him do that. Watch him grow. Hopefully, Trey and I will be doing money games next year at the same time to show you guys how we can, bag some money together. But no, basically, I'm gonna get ready for this tournament coming up next week on Butthead. If people want to come hang out, if people want to see what's going on. Other than that, not a lot has been going on. How about you, Trey?
Yeah, for sure, and I appreciate the shout out you gave me. Yeah, I'm doing money games, and I also got a series that I'm doing on the channel. The first two episodes, I have a series which I've called Madden Redemption, and that is a series where I take an NFL player who didn't have the best season. So for this one, I'm doing Derrick Henry. So the first two episodes of Derrick Henry, and the whole premise is that I go into franchise mode and I only take control of Derrick Henry. So I don't do trades or anything like that. And how it works is that based on how my performance is in the game, we get, certain upgrades. If I don't do good or we lose, then there's stuff that gets downgraded. So that's kind of the thing that I'm working on. And so far, I'm 2 for 2 for getting a video about that on every week. So it's kind of what I got going on. So I wanted to ask you, since you've been playing Madden, and I think really this might be like your only Madden, because I know like before when the competitive season would end, that would be it. I mean, you would still do a stream here and there, but now you're kind of doing it more consistently now. So I wanted to know like so since you've been playing Madden for a little bit longer, do you think that you're going to be able to play from here all the way up until Madden 25?
So, anyways, yes, go check out Trey. I posted the link. I posted his episode. I posted his link to his channel. Go subscribe. Go check out our boy. Yeah, Trey. No, it's crazy. So, I mean, you know this, and some old time viewers will know this, but I used to play year round, like all the way until almost the new Madden, and take like a week break or 2 week break because I'd be making money games and all that. But for like the past 3 years, I haven't been doing money games. So yeah, usually I quit almost like right, like how Trey said by like February, and then I'm kind of ghost because I have a little one. The little one's getting old enough now where he will be doing a little other things, so I can stream for a couple hours and play, and he'll be playing like with the my oldest son. Excuse me. And then I'll do stuff with him after or before, yada yada. But no, I'm gonna be back. I'll be streaming all the way through until almost probably like 2 weeks before Madden 25 comes out. So let's say Madden 25 comes out on August 10th. I will probably stream and play until about late July. So yeah, I will definitely be back how I was before I had the little one. But I will be able to stream more because what kind of sucked in a way, not that I regret the little one. I didn't mean it like that. I meant what sucked in a way is I got the optic fiber, whatever the high speed internet is with the Chrome link or whatever it is. Like I'm old. Excuse me. I got it, and then I was streaming it a lot. I think I had like 50 or 60 streams. It's in the playlist. I don't know if it was Madden 20. I believe it was Madden 20 or Madden 21. I think it was Madden 21. And then, the little one came and it was like, I'm tired. I could only comprehend doing MCS during that time. And I wasn't on as much. And now, like I said, he's a few years later, he's older now. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing a lot more Trey. I'm gonna be streaming a hell of a lot, especially with this internet. I'm gonna put it to good use, and I have a set schedule, so hopefully people will check it out more and come hang out. And then hopefully next year I will be back on the grind of playing money games, which will be really cool to see and really cool to watch. Hopefully that pans out. But if the money games don't pan out for whatever reason, I will be streaming a lot every year from here on out. So I'm pretty excited, Trey, on that.
Yeah, for sure, man. That sounds awesome. So yeah, go check out the old head, the old head on Mutt Head tournament that's going to be going down this weekend. Definitely a good chance to get some exposure not only to the Shanghai U11 YouTube channel, but for the UMC brand. Shout out to the Wolves out here. And so yeah, so another question I wanted to ask you is because since this is an old head tournament, I mean W, I don't even know if I would consider him simply for the fact that he does Madden like full time. Like he's probably, I mean I know you, but like from like I guess like a top tier perspective, he's probably him and Problem. I don't even know if I haven't checked on Problem, so I don't even know if he's really relevant anymore. No disrespect, but that are like old guys that are grinding. And I wanted to ask like so when you look at the landscape and you see how many hours these young kids are putting into the game and all that, I mean, obviously you got to respect it, but do you think that you kind of looked at, like, do you think that at some point these 18, 19, 20-year olds, do you think that it's kind of nerd-ish of them to be playing video games 24/7? Like, do you think that life can pass them by if that's all they do, or what? Like, how do you view that kind of side of it?
That's a very, very good question, Trey. Here's where I will be at it. So I'm in the Discord for this Mudhead Old Head tournament, and like there are probably like 25 to 40 that I know in there that grind a hell of a lot, and they're really, really good. Like I mean, a couple of them are like top tier, like one guy in our crew, and then another guy who is from our area, but those are limited. Those are limited people that can do that. Like I believe Henry in his 30s will still be playing. I believe Henry in his 40s will be still playing. And here is why certain people will be able to play and certain people will not be able to play. One, luck. Luck is a major factor in the sense of like if I'm 35 and I'm at home and I have a business on the side where I can play and I don't have to worry about the business because it's like self relying on people buying it, like say a vending machine or like you own or like a restaurant, but you have people running it. That plays a part in the luck factor. But I mean, guys like Henry, why would you get a real job? And I'll put the real job in quotations if you're making more money in Madden and gaming and streaming than you would at a 9 to 5er. Like here, I'll break it down for you. So before I couldn't make money for reasons that you know, but people don't know, is I was making basically roughly like $23 to $24 an hour every day, and that was like three years ago or 4 years ago. I can't remember exactly. Whatever it was, 3 or 4 years ago when I could do money, I was making roughly almost like $23 to $24 an hour, and I believe at the time minimum wage was like 10.50 an hour. So like, why 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 would I go do that if I'm making almost double the amount of money that a minimum wage is? And I understand, like, oh, well, it's kind of dorky and it's kind of nerdy. Some part of it is okay. Part of it is like, I'm gonna be honest. Part of it is like, even if I was 17, 18, 19, 20, and my parents were like, "Yo, you're so good, Shane. Here's the greatest internet. You play as long as you want." I'm still probably gonna go outside and touch grass. You know what I mean? I'm still probably I'm gonna go outside and play sports and hang with my friends and all that. But at the same time, it's a different landscape. Like I remember a few years ago, I was coaching a Pop Warner football team, and they're all talking about getting together and partying up and playing. I don't remember what it was. Fortnite, doesn't matter. And I'm like, oh, you guys are spending the night with each other because it's like a Friday night, and they're like, no, we're all gonna go home and then we're gonna party up in the party chat. And I'm like, damn. So for me, it is a little bit different. What's up, Rose? Appreciate you being in here like always. I don't know if like it's like it is kind of nerdy still. Like I'm not gonna play 24/7. I'm just not and not have a life and everything passes me by. Now if you have to pay bills and this is the only way you can do it for disability or for some other reason, I'm not gonna hate you. Like that you do what you got to do to survive and have your family survive and yourself survive. But they do have a short window, Trey. Like they do have a short window. Like some kids have like a window of like 18 to 22, and they don't know how to, I don't know, like make money. Like a lot of them, like there are a few 18 to 20 year olds that I know that aren't really doing Madden anymore because they didn't know how to make money, bro. Like what they would do is they would buy a bunch of players on like MUT, but then wouldn't make money on money games. But so they're gonna not play for very long. You know what I mean? They're not gonna play for very long. Whereas you got some guys that know how to hustle, they know how to win, they know how to break bread. And if you are the 1% of the 1%, and I use that a lot, and people know I use that a lot, but if you're the 1% of the 1%, like Henry can enter in any tournament right now, do a $1,500 tournament, enter in it, and win it. Well, so why would Henry go to Walmart to work? Nothing against Walmart workers, nothing against anybody who has a job that's making money for themselves or their families. And I'm being honest tonight. I'm not trolling. I'm not talking down to anyone. But like, why would he do that if he can make like $1,000 in a couple nights on Madden, and then maybe do a smaller tournament for $150, and then he makes like 2,000 to 2,500 bucks a week total from Madden and streaming and all that stuff. So he's making $10,000 a month. I mean, why would he go sit and get bossed around? Again, I probably, when I was 18 to 22, 23, I would still been outside playing with my friends. I would have been talking to girls, obviously. I would have been like, go hanging around. But yeah, I probably, like, I did it anyways. Like, if I had a couple hours at night, I'd probably play. I'd probably be the same as you see me now, except you probably see me now a little bit more. Like, I'm probably a little bit more on than I normally would because I'm a little beat up. I can't go play sports with my friends. A lot of them don't want to play sports anymore. Um, So yes. Anyways, that's to answer your question, Trey. Sorry I rambled on.
No, you're good, and I definitely understand where you're coming from. As it relates to the whole money thing, I think that's really the American dream. I mean, I know that term is overused or whatever, but to get passive income, so like all these Twitch people, these YouTube people, they're going to sleep, but yet their pockets are filling up. So I think in essence that's kind of what you want to do. But I guess my I guess my question, is like, so you say like when you're 18, 19, and you would talk to girls, do whatever, and this is just kind of like a kind of side comment, funny or whatever, because, but I'm kind of curious, is like, say that you were to go out to the club, like not now, but I guess back when you were kind of into that sort of thing. Like, would you be kind of embarrassed to be seen with with some of these guys that are in the Matic community, or not really?
I mean, if they're cool, I'll hang out with anybody, Trey. Like, I'll hang out with anybody. I mean, growing up in high school, like, I hung out with everyone. And yeah, sometimes like I was made fun of. Like, I'm gonna be really, really honest. Sometimes I was made fun of because like my buddies were all different races. Okay, and I got called the United Nations, which is messed up. But I came from a small town at the time. The town's way bigger now. It's messed up, but like, you know, I mean, like I said, Trey, I'll hang out with anybody. I'll hang out with the dorkiest, squarest people, and then I'll hang out with the grimiest people. Like, as long as you're like loyal, that's all that matters to me. Like, sometimes, yeah, like I will say, like sometimes, like it will be like if somebody's like, "What do you do to make money?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I play Madden." I'm like, they'll look at me kind of crooked until I told them the numbers, and then they're like, "Oh, snap!" And then they dap me up. So it is what it is on that aspect. But like, I mean, a lot of these people, like, yeah, probably half of them, not Trey. I wouldn't hang out with. I wouldn't talk to. Like now, I don't talk to them. Like they're just like whatever to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I got you on that. And this is kind of off topic, but when you were saying that, it kind of reminded me of a story you told me on the podcast like way back in the day that I thought I was kind of confused by, but I thought it was funny. Is like how you'd be in high school and you'd be hanging with girls, and then people would ask them, is like, "Hey, do you watch WWF or whatever?" And it's funny to me because you were in high school in like the '90s or whatever, and like I would think like wrestling back then, like the Attitude Era and Stone Cold, I feel like that would be like more popular as far as like high school people, or was that not really the case?
Um, like I was kind of like I don't know how to properly explain how I was. Yeah, I was in high school from late '90s to early 2000s. My thing is like I no actually I had half half my friends were into WWE or WWF or whatever it was called then. I mean I really wasn't into it anymore. Like that had passed me, that had passed me by from the early '90s. Like when I was little, like Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant, and the Undertaker scared the crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie, he scared the crap out of me. But like nah, like I was like kind of like I don't know how to explain it. Like I played a bunch of sports. Like I only really cared about sports and hanging with my friends and like that stuff. Like but I had buddies that would religiously watch wrestling and talk about it, and I would kind of glaze over. And I'm not hating on anyone who likes WWE or WWF or whatever it's called now. It just wasn't my cup of tea, you know what I mean? Like just like some of my buddies would be like, yeah, yeah, Shane, I don't like baseball, and they'd glaze over when I was talking to them, you know what I mean? um But no, it was kind of a decent thing, you know what I mean? Like I did have a few friends that were big into wrestling, and then I got into wrestling again like when my oldest was like 6 to like 13 years old, and I'd take him to the Spokane Arena and we'd go watch it. It was pretty dope then. So I mean, like, and then like I kind of, like I said, I kind of grew up on it, and I was like, you know what? Like it's what it is, and it's kind of cool to watch and see what people are like, what they're doing. It's acting. It's just like doing anything. So that's where I'm at on that, Trey.
Yeah, no doubt. And you're talking, and I know that we did a podcast a while back. Well, we've talked about it kind of multiple times about kind of your background and how you got into music at one point. And I might have asked you this, so I apologize if I asked and you already answered it. But like when you're growing up and then you got into rap, because I know like the area that we come from, rap music. I mean, it might be better now, but I could imagine back then it wasn't probably not a necessarily popular genre back when you when you were coming up. So I'm just curious, like, how did you even like discover Tupac, and like, was it like older people that you grew up with, or how did that kind of play out?
Um. So here's where it was, bro. So I obviously came from a small town. Like the town when I grew up in in Cheney. Well, I grew up outside Cheney, but I went to Cheney High School. All there was Zips, and then like McDonald's on the other side, and it was super small. It was very, very hickish, very, very cowboys and cowgirls, which is whatever. Like I said, if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. I don't really care. Like honestly, like I'm that type of person. Like I really don't care. I welcome all people that are cool with me, just like I hope they do with vice versa. But so I honestly was into like pop music when I was like 9, 10, 11, like R&B more. Like look, I would play Celine Dion. Y'all can cap at me and make fun of me, but I love Celine Dion when I was little, and I still love her music to this day. But basically, I was like 11 years old or 12 years old, and like my brother was into like Tupac, like, and he was like 17, 18 then, and our family friend, who was my brother's friend, and now obviously my friend, family friend, they were into Tupac and like Bone Thugs and all of that. And at first I was like, ew. And then I'm like, damn, Tupac died. And my brother was bummed out. And I'm just like, I started listening to his music. So when I was like 13, 14, 15, 16, I'm like, damn, like I really appreciated Tupac because he told life stories. Like, yeah, obviously there's certain stories that couldn't I didn't live that way, obviously, but then there's stuff like, yeah, like I mean, it helped me get through high school. Like sometimes, like I mean, just putting that on, playing it, like, it gave me a huge ego too. Like I don't know, like music's wild that way. Music like pumps you up, or music can depress you. Music can make you sad. Music can make you want to knock people out. But I mean, well, I shouldn't lie. It inflated my ego that was already a nice sized ego. But no, yeah, it was pretty funny how it was. I mean, the people that I hung around with all listen to rap. Some listen to country, but they basically listen to like rap. And I'd argue who's better, Jay Z or Tupac. I had one buddy that would say that Jay Z was 10 times the rapper was that Tupac was, and I mean this was like 2000, bro. So like ridiculous statements like that. And then I had a couple buddies who were to Eminem, and we're all about Eminem, and but yeah, I mean it was basically it was really really cliquish. It was really really cliquish. So but like for me, like I did the music. I mean, I used to make beats up myself, bro. I used to do all that kind of stuff, and it was like I'll tell you something that I might have told you guys, but I might have told you, Trey, maybe not. So my buddy and I would make music together, and he was the singer and I was the rapper, and he ended up moving away and for a while, and he was like my best friend. Like we did everything together, like I mean everything together, and I put it in my mind like I'm gonna still go to college studio recording, even if it's by myself, and like I'm not very like I'm not gonna go out and like talk to people on my. Well, I am now because I'm older. And I don't give a beep, but I'm still like quieter, if that makes sense. Except if it's one on one or like in a group setting. But um, I I me and him planned on going to a real studio, and then he left, and I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna I don't want to say the word. I'm not going to wuss out. So I basically was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm going to pay for a singer. I found the singer. The guy at the studio's like, yo, I got it for you. I got this guy. He was at a church. He sings at a church. He was pretty famous. He like a traveling, I don't know, traveling singer because he was also in the military, yada yada. And I went in there, man. I was nervous as hell. And it's funny. The very first song I ever did was the song that made the radio and made me have my 15 minutes of fame. And so it's like sometimes you just got to do things on their own and learn from it and all of that. So Rose said, not that anyone asked me what I was doing in high school, but I was a raver in high school. I'd go to parties and a lot. Didn't get into trouble. Didn't get into the trouble stuff. LOL. You know, I kind of see you, Rose, as being a raver. I don't know. You just look like a raver to me. So I mean, it fits. It really does.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, and for the people that are gonna play this, on the background, because I know a lot of people do. They listen to it afterwards. When Shane's over here saying he used to make beats and everything, this guy's almost 40 years old, so this is way before like now you can go on like Fruity Loops and you can like have all these samples and go on SoundCloud and all that. We're talking like before that was even thought of, so you got to give Shane props on that. So, and then I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Give me your top five rappers of all time. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay, so I mean, here's where I'm gonna go. Number one is Tupac by far. So number one is Tupac by far. Number one is Tupac by far. Number two is probably Eminem, even though not all of his songs I really like. I'm gonna be honest. I like more serious songs. Like number three for me is DMX. I really, really like DMX. That's a good one though. I don't. You know, it's funny. I don't really have a top five, Trey. Like, I'm not really like. I'm sorry. I just read Rose's comment. I'll read the comment afterwards. No. Number four. Like, can Bone Thugs and Harmony be on there? And or no, actually, you know what? I'll do. Can Bone Thugs be on there? Trey, answer me that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, number four is Bone Thugs. Number five is Lil Wayne. That's my top
That's my
five.
top five.
All right, that's a respectful list, and I mean, you know me. I'm a big Eminem guy. Like in my opinion, he's the best to ever do it. So that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, I mean, like I think after 2010, like his music kind of took a step by. I mean, he's had some like really solid. I mean, that one song, like I think Shane was actually the one that tested me the realest song with Easy Mill and Eminem. That's like his best verse he's done in probably decades. So that is a really good song. So, but on that note, let's switch gears to another topic. Now, since the NFL season is over and we're getting into Madden 25, I want to know, Shane and Rose, if she's still in the chat, like, who do you guys vote to be on the cover of next year's Madden?
Okay,
My
so
vote, I'm going to
go
go
ahead.
with Justin Jefferson to be on the cover of Madden 25.
Justin Jefferson. That's not bad, Trey. That's not bad. I'm gonna go with Taylor Swift. Okay. Okay, seriously, okay, I gotta read this comment. So Rose said Shane's like 40 years old. He's old as hell, but you know he was making beats on the Walkman Sony and she quotation marks from Trey. Oh man, Rose is funny. She's joking with us. No, you know who I was wondering? Do you think they'll go with the coach? Could it be Andy Reid? Will they think outside the box and do like Andy Reid? I'm just saying. Could they use Andy Reid because he's won 3 Super Bowls now? Or will it be Patrick Mahomes again? But that'd be kind of boring, right? So I'm gonna go Andy Reid. I'm gonna go completely out the box, Trey. I'm gonna go Andy Reid.
All right, Shane's going out the box and going with Andy Reid. You know, my prediction on who it's going to be is there's probably a 95% chance it's going to be Travis Kelce. That's who I think is going to be on the cover, but you know, I could be wrong, but you know, I'd like to see like because obviously you have your superstars, but it's kind of crazy because when you look at the top, you know, 10 or 15 like established superstars that are in the NFL, I feel like there's quite a few of them that have already been on the cover so far. So, not saying that the NFL performance is mid these days, but it kind of is. But so Shane, I want to get your thoughts. There's been rumors about Russell Wilson. Do you think that he'll be traded? What's your whole opinion on how Russell Wilson did this year? And do you think he has a few good seasons left in him? And what team do you think would be a good fit for him to go to?
So I don't know if you knew this, but he did get released. I believe on March 13th he will be released, and I know that he flew down to Pittsburgh and the Giants. That would like if he went to Pittsburgh, he would have a good chance to win that division for sure. Like I mean, that would probably be the best fit for Russell Wilson. You know, it'd be kind of cool. Like maybe do a running back actually on the cover of Madden, like uh Christian McCaffrey, like, or I mean, I don't know, like something like that. That might not be bad, or like a Tua, because I'm tired. Like nothing against KC fans, but I'm kind of tired of Patrick Mahomes. Rose said, you know, I'm not surprised that they do Taylor Swift. However, I think they'd never pay the licensing fee for Taylor. Yeah, Taylor would be a hell of a lot of money, but or maybe they'll do something like Kelsey, Reed, and Mahomes on the cover, something like that. You know what I mean? But I think Russell Wilson will end up in Pittsburgh. That's my guess.
All right, for sure. So Russell Wilson will be in Pittsburgh. He'll be hopefully Mike Tomlin will still be coaching, and excuse me, I do think Russell Wilson. I mean, you know, it kind of sucks too because you know Russell Wilson under you have Sean Payton under Russell Wilson. I still think Russell Wilson is an elite quarterback. So you know, hopefully he'll be able to get his chance going somewhere else. And I think you know, even though he does a lot of cringe, you know, kind of stuff, I do think he's still got a few good years left in him. And so, Shane, you're talking about running backs. Do you know who the last running back to be on the cover of Madden is?
Is it Derrick Henry? I'm just making a guess. Derrick Henry. I have no idea.
Okay, so I'll give you a hint. So so this running back, he was on the Cleveland Browns. This was around 2011. He had a few breakout games, one against the New England Patriots, and after that he kind of disappeared.
Was it
So
Peyton Hillis?
So by that, do you kind of have a guess, or you still kind of lost?
Peyton Hillis. Peyton Hillis, bro. Am I right?
Oh,
Rose
did
of
you?
Peyton Hillis too.
Yeah, Peyton Hillis, he got it.
Damn, Derek
Peyton
Terry's never
Hillis
been on
was
there.
on the cover of Madden 12, I believe. Yeah, Madden 12. So that's almost a decade ago since the running back has been on the cover, which is kind of crazy. But all right, so we're gonna move on to the main, or actually, yeah, there is one more question before we get into the main thing that I got planned for this show. Um, Shane, you're a lot more. I know you're not really into the whole Ultimate Team, the different programs and the different players that they use. I mean, you're obviously more involved now since you stream it and all that. But have you been kind of keeping up to date with like the different cards and the players they got going on? And have you heard anything about when golden tickets are going to start coming out in Madden Ultimate Team?
Trey, you're gonna hate me, bro. You're gonna hate me, and nah, man. I don't even know new cards come out half the time unless somebody texts me about them. I don't really pay attention to all that stuff, honestly. So yeah, I have no idea when Golden Ticket's gonna come out. I'd imagine pretty soon because like you're about as close as you can possibly get to, needing Golden Ticket to finish out the year. I mean, it's already March. You got what, maybe 3, 4 months more of this that people may play.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so if you were to pull a golden ticket, what card would you make? It can be any player that's currently in Ultimate Team. It can be a golden ticket. So what card would you make? Would you?
Can it be any card? Like I make it up myself, like a player myself?
Yeah, that's what a golden ticket is.
Oh,
So
okay.
if I want to say this, Shane, because I have a reoccurring nightmare that I have where I'm watching you stream and you're opening up packs and you pull a golden ticket and then you quick sell them. So I'm letting you know ahead of time if by chance you see a golden ticket in your packs, do not quick sell it. But yeah, that's what a golden ticket is. So who would it be? Who would you create in Ultimate Team?
Okay, Trey, I will not quick sell it, bro. I'm a little bit better than that now, bro. I mean, I still quick sell like 92s now because they're pointless to for me. Like, I don't want to sell it for 30,000. Golden ticket. You know who'd be really, really cool? Like, would be like, oh man, I got a few. Like, what about Kenny Easley for the Seahawks? He was like the Cam Chancellor of the '80s. Like, you'd have to put his hit power on like 99, his zone coverage 99. He was laying fools out. He should have avalanche for 0. Like he was a beast. If anybody ever wants to look up how tough that dude was, he was a stud. And then another guy that would be cool. That's like, I mean, he fits the mold of like a Devin Hester or like that kind of kick returner. Joey Galloway, but make him a Seahawks player. Yeah, that'd be sick. His speed would be 99. So yeah, so I'd go with like that or like, but I would if I could create one right now, it'd be Kenny Easley.
All right, so Shane's going Kinley easily. If I pull a golden ticket, I'm gonna make a 99 overall Bailey Zappi card. So that's what I'm gonna make. So all right, Shane, we're getting to the main thing for this video that I got planned. So we're gonna be doing a tier list real quick, and the tier list is gonna be Madden 24 abilities. So how this is gonna work is I'm gonna name you an ability that's in Madden, and you're gonna rate it. So S tier means it's the best ability. You have to have it, and it goes from S, A, B, C, D, F. F being the lowest, and everything else in between. So So I'm gonna name you three abilities, and we're just gonna do it like that. Okay, so the first three abilities we have the Gunslinger ability, Hot Route Master, and Conductor.
Dude, I don't remember what you said for the top three. Can I just label and then you tell me, or do I have to say the letter first? You said S, A. I can't remember, bro.
Okay, so yeah, so S tier is number one. A, B, C, D, F. It follows in that order.
Okay,
So
hold on.
S
Let me
being
write
Let
this
me
stuff
write this
down.
stuff down.
okay, okay.
S is
S
top
is
tier.
top tier.
Yes.
Okay, then A
Okay, then
is
A
second.
is second.
Yes. And then B, C, D, F. B.
B, C, F. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, so
number
number
one
one
for
for
me
me
is
is
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
Number
Number
two is
two
Hot
is
Route
Hot
Master,
Route
and
Master, and number three is
Conductor.
Conductor.
Yes, yes, yeah. Oh, are those? So you're saying those are all S tier
Oh no!
abilities?
Oh, you can do. I didn't
Dude,
know
I
you
didn't
could
know
do it
we
all
could
on the
do it all
top
on the
one.
top one.
My
My
bad,
bad,
bro.
bro.
Okay,
so
the top
the
one
top one
would be
will be
Gunslinger
Gunslinger
and
and Hot Route Master.
Okay.
Conductor would be like fourth or fifth, bro.
Okay,
C
so
or F.
okay. Okay, so set feet lead. What do you have for that one?
For me, A. Did I mess up, Trey?
Trey?
Oh no, I think you cut out actually. So what did you say? What?
For set feet, I have
I
it
have it
as
as
A.
A.
A tier. Okay, got you. All right, so the next one, Pocket Deadeye.
That's like a C for me.
All right, so we got a C for Pocket Deadeye. All right, and the last quarterback ability is pass lead elite.
Probably an A.
All right, so an A for pass lead elite. All right, red zone threat.
Red zone threat.
Rosen.
Red zone.
Red zone threat.
I'm gonna go
B.
All right, then we got so this one I have deep out elite, but this can just be like whatever route. So mid and elite, deep out elite, whatever, just any kind of like route ability elite.
Probably A.
All right, A. All right, and then route technician.
A.
A. A. And Slotomatic.
For me, it's like a B, but people are gonna hate me on that.
Got you. Alright, and the last receiver ability we have is the Playmaker ability.
Dude, that's an A if it was affordable.
Alright. Alright, so now we're getting into the running back abilities. So, first up we have Evasive.
S.
S tier for Evasive. Alright, Shane, what do you think about Human Joystick?
B this year.
Alright, he's going B for Human Joystick. Alright, then we have the Leapfrog.
C.
C for Leapfrog. Alright, then we have the Bulldozer ability.
C for me too. I'm not really a big fan of that.
Okay. Alright, and then what about the reach for it?
S.
S tier for reach for it, okay. Alright, and the last running back ability is the arm bar.
A.
A. Alright, now let's get into the offensive line abilities. First up, we have the post-up ability.
S.
S tier for post-up. Okay, what about, edge protector?
A.
A.
A, edge protector. Nasty streak?
A. No, S. I mean, my bad, S.
How about S?
S tier for nasty streak. Alright, and then what about the linchpin?
That's a C for me. It didn't really
work for me.
Yeah. Alright, and then the last offensive line ability, the polar elite.
An A.
A for polar elite.
Rose.
Alright,
Rose
asked about jukebox.
I mean, jukebox is basically elusive though, or evasive.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah, so it's
an S regardless.
All right, cool. All right, Shane, what do you think about the strip specialist ability?
You said
like a
B.
B. Okay. All right, and then what about the edge threat?
A.
A tier for edge threat. All right, and then what about the El Toro?
B this year. Because we're going
this year, right?
Yeah, this year. Yep. Alright, and then inside stuff.
S.
So Shane does not like the inside stuff. Alright, what about the enforcer?
Enforcer is like a A. Wait, I
said inside stuff.
S.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah. So inside stuff is an S tier, enforcer is an A tier.
Yes,
Got you.
correct.
Alright, under pressure.
A.
Alright. Secure tackler.
That's an A.
That's an A as well. Alright, so this one's probably an S tier, but this is just any type of deep in KOs, man, short route KOs. That's an S tier, right? Like, that's
an S, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's gotta be. That's... Alright, what about pick artist?
A.
A. Okay. Alright, we got 3 more. Stay with me now. Next up, we have the lurker ability.
S.
S tier for lurker. Alright, next up is the acrobat ability.
I'm gonna go
A.
Alright, and the last...
Wait, you said lurker.
Say
that again?
Acrobat.
Oh, this year?
I mean B.
Okay, B for acrobat. Alright, last but not least is the tip drill.
Yeah, it's like a C.
Alright. Alright, so this is our first tier list of the podcast. Definitely excited to bring you guys. This is a recap of Mr. Shane Gayu 11's tier ranking. So for Gunslinger, he has S tier, Hot Route Master S tier, Conductor S, Set Feet Lead is an A tier, Pocket Deadeye C, Pass Lead Elite A, Red Zone Threat is a B, Deep Out Elite, or any kind of elite is an A, Route Technician A, Slot-O-Matic B, Playmaker A, Evasive is S tier, Human Joystick is a B, Leapfrog C, Bulldozer C, Reach for it S, Armbar A, Post Up S tier, Secure Protector A, Nasty Streak S, Linchpin C, Poor Elite A, Strip Specialist B, Edge Threat A, El Toro B, Inside Stuff S tier, Enforcer A, Under Pressure A, Secure Tackler A, Zone KOs, Man KOs S, Pack Pick Artist A, Lurker S, Acrobat B, and Tip Drill C. So there wasn't a whole lot of, you didn't even go below a D or an F, which I'm kind of surprised of, but, you know, abilities, the game's made for abilities, so obviously, you know, we can talk crap about abilities, say they're bad for the game, whatever, but they do their jobs, so it is what it is, so. But with all that being said, I think that should pretty much do it for this edition of the West Coast Podcast. Appreciate Rose for being in here as always. You know, check out Shane Gayu 11. He's going to be streaming when he can. He's been pretty consistent with that. And we will be back next week, Friday, 10:30 p.m. Unless there's another illness that takes place, we will be back here ready to go over more tier list and talk about wrestling and whatever else comes to mind. So with all that being said, I'll toss it over to Shane to close this out for this edition of the West Coast Podcast.
Appreciate you, Trey, like always. Rose, Juke being in here as well. A couple others being in here. Shout out to you people always being in here and showing love. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Rose was going along with it too, Trey. Like she was listening, and her list was fire too. So if you play it back, you can see her list. Like it was pretty sick. So shout out to Rose for going along with it as well as helping me along the way and all that stuff. And shots fired, man. About hopefully there's not an illness next week. Cough, cough. Butt plug, butt plug. Pause, pause. Moving along. Psych. I don't know what I was talking about there. Just chalk it up to Shane's being special. Anyways, you guys, I really appreciate it. I will see you guys, and Trey and I will see you next Friday at 10:30 p.m. Pacific time. Uh, for Trey, I am Shane, and thank you for hanging out on the West Coast Podcast.